You and me are, well, you're eating and we're chatting. Hopefully everybody's having a good Saturday here today. You get the itchy maxi. Let's see, so what does that button do? Lighting, green screen. Okay, create highlight. Gotcha. Eat some food, Mr. Maximus. Eat some food. Gifts. That. You heard that, Maxie? What was that? Hello there, Tranquil. Hope you're doing well. Hello there, Huge Tiger. Hope you're doing well. Hello there, Debbie. How you doing today? Bruce, how you doing? How are all the kitties, Bruce? How's the 10th kitty doing? I can't remember the cat's name, Snowy, I think. Are they completely, oh, appreciate that, Bruce. Are they completely out of their, what was it, a cast they were in? Are they completely better now? Snowy's doing good. Good to hear, Bruce. Yeah, we're still trying to figure out, and Bruce, thank you for the gift. We're still trying to figure out Max here. Unfortunately, he does have a little bit of a spot on both sides of his face now. He has a new one on that side, and he had another one over there as well. Unfortunately, so he'll be going to the vet again on Wednesday. Hello there, Ruth. Hope you're doing well. Huge Tiger, I don't know about no ginger dog. I do have a ginger cat, though. Hi, honey. Yeah, you can see the one there, right? So he's got one there, that one formed. And then, unfortunately, we noticed on the other side now as well. Well, I can't keep him still, but he's got another one on the other side. So we're going to take him back in again. Hello there, Kitty King. How you doing? Max, are you ready to go outside? Hello there, Nash. Oh, Shelly's life too? Okay. Well, Nash, you can either hang out here or you can hang out there, or you can kind of go back and forth. It's completely up to you. So, no worries. That sometimes happens. Bye, Yoda. Or not Yoda. Bye, Max. Yoda, what's up? What we decided to do, here's the yellow or orange tiger there, Huge Tiger. Mr. Tang. What we decided to do, though, for Max is, because I've talked about feel away pretty often, we picked this up today. Now, this is a different type of feel away. This is supposed to help with potential scratches or itching or nervousness. So, and Max is in this room a good chunk of the day. Hi, you two. You gotta come in here, you two, and act all crazy. Hey, baby. Baby. Hi. I did forget to put the cone on. You are correct, Bruce. So, you know what? I sometimes feel like this cone actually makes it worse, to be honest. If he does have like more of an anxiety issue, which we'll have to look into, but he does have to cone up though. Baby. Baby. Oh, just a heads up, I think most of you saw this already, but tomorrow at around this time, we will be doing our donations. We will be obviously donating to Safe Haven. then we will be doing a video premiere right after at 3 o'clock. So our donation live is at 2, and then our premiere for the second episode of PAWS Across America will be taking place. You want to have the cone of shame on you, buddy? On your oranginess? What's up, buddy? Baby. All right, let's go find Maximus. I know, Yoda. It's coming soon. Maxie. Maxie. I know, buddy. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. I don't think I'm going to be able to. Max, you on the run?
Run, Max, run.
I know, Max. I'm sorry, but we got to put this on you, honey. Hi, Maxie. Come on. Come on. Let's get you up here on the table. There. That wasn't too bad, was it? I know you don't like it. Huge Tiger, it's kind of a rude comment, but I will answer your question. Does it smell bad? No, because we keep a clean house. So, nope. How about yourself? Yes, Maxie, your disposition, oh, there you go. You can kind of see that side. It's unfortunately scabbing over, but it's either allergen still or it's just some anxiety that Max might be getting, unfortunately. And then, let me see if I can we noticed this yesterday on the other side. Unfortunately, you can kind of see there's yet a little one right there too. So, unfortunately, we're going to get him back into the vet on Wednesday and see if maybe, I don't know, he might have to get some kind of anti-anxiety medication. This is the hard part, is just trying to figure out kind of like what the deal is, what's going on with him. Hello there, Sound of Nature. Hope you're doing well. Hello there, Red Tail Hawks, LES. How you doing? I know, buddy. You're going to be okay. We're going to figure out what's going on with your face. You just want to rip your face off. Huge Tiger, you are rude. Why you talk to me like that? Cat owner said that they're home. Well, I'm not a cat owner to begin with, Huge Tiger. I'm a cat parent, so maybe that's the difference between cat owners and cat parents. But people who come into this house, they always say, you have 9 cats? And they're like, yep, we do. So, Huge Tiger, I will say, if you don't like it, you can always move along. Now, can't you? You don't have to stay. Kitty King, you had a cat like this too. They didn't find out what it was, and he was 23. Well, he lived a long, good life, though, at least. Kitty King. Maria, he will be going to the vet on Wednesday. He's gone to the vet now 2 times for this. The vet and I are just trying to kind of figure out what's going on with him. Could be food allergies. He could have some sort of parasite or some sort of bacterial issue. They did a procedure on him the last time he went last week to kind of rule out ringworm. So it's not ringworm related. So we'll just, and it could be anxiety. He's somewhat of a nervous kitty. So we'll have to figure out what's going on with him. But I do appreciate the concern, though, Maria. All right, let's go check on Yoda. Yoda, what are you doing? Are you in your tunnel? Are you in your tunnel, buddy? You are. Tine Tine? You are the cat whisperer. Okay. Yeah, Maria, I don't believe in cat ownership. We don't own animals. They're unique souls. You know, they're not a piece of furniture. They're not a car. They're a living, breathing creature, and we don't own them. And I do believe that you have a different mentality when you consider yourself an owner versus a parent. I think you just take better care of them and advocate better for them. Kitty King, you're one girl, no grains. Yeah, the food right now, Kitty King, that Max is on, I don't think it has grains in it. I'd have to double check. But it's just frustrating right now, Kitty King, how to figure out, what might be going on with Max. It's been a few weeks, and we're still kind of in the detective phase, figuring out what's going on. We'll figure it out, though. Bruce Zelda is doing good overall. She's what can I say? She just keeps on trucking. Hello there, Cindy. How you doing? Yeah, Nash, I agree. Like an object, like a piece of property, basically. And unfortunately, I don't know how it is in the UK, Nash, but out here in America, animals, in particular, like cats and dogs, are still seen as pieces of property. Hello there, Maya. Yeah, Maya, I saw that Shelly went live. Unfortunately, not good timing. But those who hang out here, awesome. And if you want to kind of hang out with Shelly as well, then it's kind of like back and forth, or whatever works. It happens sometimes. No worries. Hello there, JRT girl. Did they check his eye? Yeah. So about 2 weeks ago, we noticed he had a wound. JRT. Let me go back to him actually for a second, so I can. So about 3 weeks ago, roughly now, he had this pop up right here, which we initially thought was like a bite or a scratch from one of the other cats, and it might have been. But unfortunately, now he's got a couple on the sides of his face as well. He's got one right there, which I know it looks worse than it actually is. It does look bad. And he's got another one right there. So he's going to go back to the vet on Wednesday. He's already been to the vet several times for this. And we are in the process of trying to figure out, maybe food allergies. He's somewhat of a nervous kitty, and we are in the process of trying to get our home sold. So we do have like showings and things like that. So he could be a little stressed out as well. Or it could be some kind of fungal issue or some kind of bacterial issue. These cats are incredibly taken care of. So we'll figure out what's wrong with Max and go from there. But we wipe it down and keep an eye on it. He's acting completely normal. Hello there, Angela. Sometimes all we can do is just be there for the time that they seem unusual, do the best they can to give them the best life. That's yeah, Angela, I don't disagree with you. That is sometimes all we can do is be there. Oh, I guess this laser needs to be charged, huh? All right, let's go check out Rosie for a little bit since she's probably awake. Oh, I guess she's not completely awake. Hi. Hey, baby girl. Those of you who might be new here, we do live with 9 cats. All of these cats have different not issues necessarily. Some of these cats have special needs. They're wide-ranging, from about 4 years old to about 20. This particular one, Rosemary, is now Yazin. Black cats we don't like. How come? Why do you say that? Just out of curiosity. So what I was saying about Rosemary, those who might be new here, she is about 18 years old. She is deaf, and she has thyroid disease as well. But she's a sweet old girl. And we rescued her from her owner, who wanted to put her down, and thankfully stepped in and averted that situation where we saved her life, and she's lived with us now for about 3 years or so. Maria, you think it's a bacterial issue? It could be. It could be. What we're probably going to have to do with that, Maria, when we go in again on Wednesday, is give they're gonna have to do a culture. So they're gonna have to take a little bit of his skin or a little bit of his hair, some sample, and run it under a microscope and test it out to see if it is any particular kind of bacteria or any kind of fungal issue that's going on. That's the best way of figuring it out. Hello there, Connie. You got to head out in about 10 minutes. Just wanted to say hi. Hi, Connie. I hope you have a good time at your friend's house. And hopefully, Connie, we will see you tomorrow during the donation and the premiere tomorrow, Connie. Take care. Hello there, Annette. This is Rosemary, Annette. Eric, 9 cats must be love them very much. I appreciate that, Eric. Hello there, little artist. How you doing today? Francisco, I'm afraid I just can't. I got to put you in timeout. We don't talk about eating cats and things like that. I'm usually very tolerant and like to try to have conversations with people. But some folks and some comments are just, it's not going to work here for me. Sorry. Yeah, I try to talk to people. I try to give them a chance to, to kind of explain things. But certain things is like, nah, we're not going to deal with certain things that people say. It's just not going to happen. But maybe that's just going to be this Saturday. You never know when you go live stream. You never know when you go live, like what's going to happen. Sometimes it's good and sometimes it's ugly. Little artist, you may or may not have broken something with your brackets. Do you have braces, little artist? Is that what you mean by your brackets? Hello there, Tiki Flamingo Chicken. That's Rosemary. Yeah, Connie, it's been one of those kind of live streams so far. Been about 20 minutes in, and there's been some silliness today, but that's okay. We can handle it. Oh, I know. You're a good girl. We're going to hang with Rosie for a few more minutes, and then we're going to go outside. Connie, as far as Max goes, he still has the 2 wounds, right? I think you saw on Tuesday. Unfortunately, though, Connie, he's picked up a 3rd one on the other side now. So he's got the initial one that was kind of up by his head, and then he had one in his whiskers, and now he's got the other one on the other side of his whiskers. So we're going to take him back to the vet again and put our detective hats on to figure out, along with our vet, to figure out what's going on and what's the best thing moving forward. Hello there, Pupper Cat. How you doing? Well, How you doing? Well, how you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Connie, I mean, that's basically all we can do. The other thing we did as well, Connie, is we got another type of feel away, another pheromone for him in particular that he's in when he's in his room that he's in, that's supposed to kind of like help anxiety and help like scratching and stuff like that and stress. So we'll see. We'll see if it works or not. Hopefully it does, but you just never know on how well it's going to do or not do. All right, let's go outside. We're gonna hang out with some kitties outside, and we're gonna be back with Rosemary. Catitude, I think Catitude might be in Shelly's live. If Shelly is live as well, we're probably kind of pulling. Like some folks are with her, and probably some folks are with me. All right, guys, let's go down. Still got to deal with our staircase of books and blankets. Hello there, Rosemary. How you doing today, Rosemary? Come on, Kit. Kit. Come on, baby. Let's go outside for a little bit. It's a little colder outside, though, kitties. Come on, baby. Let's hang out here for a little bit. It is definitely starting to get some winter weather out here. Hello there, Arcadia. How you doing? Yeah, so out here in North Carolina, I think we're probably in the 50s or so right now, maybe in the 60s, but it's definitely starting to get cold. Hey, Kit. I know, Yoda, I brought out your pink hammock for you. You know you like your pink hammock. How's Justin doing, Rosemary? Rosemary, you missed Max, but I will get him back on camera again in a little bit. Unfortunately, Max has another gash wound, either self-inflicted or not. We're not sure yet. On his face, so he's got like 3 of them now. And we're gonna get him back into the vet again on Wednesday. They'll probably wind up doing like a culture on his like face, or just like kind of like take a piece of his skin off, take it, send it out to the labs and kind of see if there's something else that might be going on. Bruce Pancakes is probably upstairs. I'll go back when I go back upstairs. I'll try to spot her. My wife is taking a nap though, so I will have to be careful because I don't want to bug her, and she doesn't like being on camera. Bruce. Pupper cats. One of the cats won't stop scratching at the door. Do you know how you can get him to stop? Open the door. No, I'm kidding, Pupper cat. I mean, really open the door would be the best thing if you can. Maybe try feel away also. Do you know why the kitty scratches at the door? Do they like always do that? A lot of the times cats don't like doors shut. It's like Yoda over here. He hates doors that are closed, so he always, meows at them, and he tries to open them by getting at the handle. But, he's a little goofball. Little artist, you had a cold front where you're at, and you're freezing last night, and you were trick-or-treating. Oh, yeah, I hope everybody had a good Halloween. Now, I will say, I'm not the biggest of Halloween fans, especially with some of the cruelty that happens with cats. At the very, least, people put up cats as, Halloween props, and I just don't think that's necessary. And at the very worst, they do some very shocking and evil acts to felines this time of the year, unfortunately. So, and that's just, I thought as a society, as a human, as a race, we were over that. Unfortunately, yes, like real cats, little artist. It's why, little artists, a lot of shelters around the U.S. they don't let people adopt out black cats in particular this time of the year because of some of those things. Whether they use them at props and then they just stump them, or they do worse stuff to them. There is a lot of evil acts out there when it comes to kitties any time of the year, unfortunately. Pupper cat, you're starting to let them go outside. Now they're obsessed with going outside. You tried putting plastic tape, cardboard, and then other things at the base of the door, but they keep breaking it. Yeah, once cats get the taste of freedom, Pupper cat, they always want to go outside. I understand. That's why we had to build in this. That's why we had to build this screened-in porch for these kitties because they're rather spoiled. Hello there, MK Prod. Hope you're doing well. If you are new, a big hello and welcome. Pupper cat isn't even our house, so I don't know what to do. Just let them out and pick a side. Yeah, Pupper Cat, you might need to just keep them inside. That's what Kitty King is saying. You know, they're not going to like it for a while, but they'll get used to it again. Hello there, Crazy Godzilla. How you doing? Bye, Connie. Again, hopefully, I hope you have a good time with your friends, and hopefully we will see you tomorrow for the donation live, if possible, and then the premiere. But I hope you have a good rest of your nights. JRT girl. No, none of these kitties are leash trained. We don't take these cats like outside. We did at one point in time, back when we had just our like original three, my wife and I, back in the early 2000s. We did try to leash train the original three, but all we wound up doing is just putting their leashes and harnesses on, and they just kind of get dragged a few feet, and then we just took it off, and like, this isn't working. Brad, I'll let that slide for now, but we'll keep up with the silliness. Somebody's going to time you out. Just letting you know. See, this is why sometimes I don't need people to be moderators, because I can moderate myself pretty efficiently. Bye, Brad. It's nice knowing you. Pupper cats. So I would say 8 out of the 9 cats are doing fairly well. Max obviously has this issue going on right now with his face. He's either scratching his fur off, or he's got something going on which we need to get a handle of, and we need to kind of figure out what's going on so we can get a treatment plan for him. Overall, beyond that though, everybody else is doing well, and besides Max's face issue, he's doing well too. He doesn't seem to have need of insulin anymore, Pupper Cat. I don't remember if you remember, he became diabetic, and now it seems like he's going under remission, diabetic remission. So he's doing better overall. And then as far as myself goes, we're in the process of trying to sell our house, but I'm also starting a new job, which I know is kind of like, that doesn't make sense, right? It's been a struggle trying to get this house sold. We have a potential offer in the works, but nothing official as of yet. And, it's not like bills stop, so we need the extra income. So I'm going to be starting a new job on Monday. But I do appreciate it, though, Pupper Cat, and I hope you're doing well as well. MK, you're new. Well, welcome, and a big hello to you there, MK. Do you have any kitties, MK? Kitty King, there's always a lot going on. I mean, that's just life, right? Hi, baby. Yeah, I think over the weekend it's time to clean these cats' ears. Usually these cats' ears are pretty good. The baby has usually one dirty ear. Yoda's ears are clean typically. Kit's ears are typically clean. So a few of these kitties, they have some dirty ears. And we usually try to clean them about once a month or so. Hey Ryan, how you doing there? How's San Diego doing? How's life going? How are your 3 kitties doing? Oh, Ryan, we're going to be doing donation. I think possibly, Ryan, it might be tomorrow. We're going to be able to donate again to Sill Point. If not, if not tomorrow, then it'll be next month. I think for sure. I'd have to look to see, but I think your place might be tomorrow. If not, it'll be next month. We'll be able to donate again to Sill Point. Yoda, why aren't you in your pink hammock, buddy? You gonna go to your pink? Nope. You're like I'm Yoda. Hey, Kit. I know. Exercise them claws, honey. Ryan, sounds good. Things are going well. Awesome. You had some Halloween trick-or-treating with the kids and neighborhood last night and closed the quarter at work. Awesome. Yeah, we didn't have any trick-or-treaters in our neighborhood. We haven't since we've lived in this neighborhood. It's a small little area, and I think what most people do around here, at least, for trick-or-treating is I think they just go to the school. There's a school like a mile down the road, and I'm sure they have excuse me, I'm sure they have like a like a trick-or-treat night or something, like junk in the trunk, something like that. Hey, Lewis, how you doing? Hope you're doing well, Lewis. And then Bruce, I think you said something for reminding you to clean your ears. Oh, Bruce, question. From what you could tell, like with Max, does your daughter, being a veterinarian, does she have anything in particular, like any thoughts? I'm always looking to get opinions, different opinions potentially on what things might be. And if you need me to, Bruce, I can send you an email later with just, some more information, and you can pass it on to your daughter, if that works easier for you as well. Hey there, Lynx. How you doing? It hasn't been that long, maybe a week or two. It's all good. Hope you've been doing well. Nice to see you as always. MK, congrats on the new job. Well, you don't own any pets anyways, right? So that's the thing for me. We don't own animals. If anything, animals own us. We can't own animals. In my opinion, it's just not possible to own an animal. But anyways. Little kid. Now, this one, earlier this morning, threw up a big giant mess of puke. Like a big, big giant thing of puke. And of course, it had a hairball. It had a gray hairball in there. So that was fun to clean up. Thankfully, she doesn't throw up very often. But when she does, she takes up many paper towels. Hey there, Roz. How you doing? Yeah, Bruce, I'll send an email. No worries. I'll send an email when I'm done here, or sometime today, Bruce. Hello there, Raphael. How you doing? Roz, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Roz, I'm going to respond to your email about Luna. I do have some thoughts on that, and it's something that Max might have to be taking as well, due to other reasons, though. Roz, with the medicine that Luna's on. Lewis Max is, besides his face falling off. I mean, I kid, but besides the issues on his face, he's doing well. I will get a visual on Max again. Um, yeah, Roz, I noticed that. I saw, unfortunately, right when I was going live, I saw Shelly went live too. It's like, I hate doing that. I hate, like, kind of running into somebody else's live. I just didn't expect her to be on so late. Because normally she's on at, like, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning out in the US, not like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So, MK, no worries. Sorry, you shouldn't have said. I don't care for any animal. I don't. You don't take care of any animals right now. You cared for many horses, cats, and dogs. They amaze you. Yeah, MK. Again, it's just, to me, it's like a mental thing. And I think it does make a difference if you see yourself as a cat or dog or horse owner compared to, like, a parent. I just think, like, mentally things change for you. You see them more as a family member, and then I think you're willing and wanting to do more for them, in my opinion. Compared to ownership versus being a parent. I just think it's different. Hey, huge tiger! I thought I offended you, and I thought you were gone, but I guess you're not. Uh, that particular cat, that's Kit, huge tiger, the Great Tabby. Is Shelly still live, Roz, or is she not live anymore? Pupper Cat, you can't remember. Didn't you name Yoda because he had really big ears as a kitten? Yes, that is correct. Pupper Cat, that is correct. Roz, she had visitors today. Okay, and she's always had. Oh, and she also had to rescue a kitten. That'll be interesting to know. Roz, I appreciate gifting a membership there to somebody. To looks like that guy. I don't know who that guy is, but hopefully that guy, hopefully that guy will appreciate the gifted membership, Roz. I appreciate it. Hello, there is a mod. I'm gonna screw that name up. Saeed. Hello there. We're gonna hang out here for a couple of minutes, and then we will go back in. We will check back up on Rosemary. We will check back up on Max again. Um, and go from there. Hello there, Mandy. How you doing? Hope you're doing well, Mandy. Yeah, Mandy. Overall, we're doing fine. Mr. Maximus, though, he's got something going on with his face, Mandy, where he's either got, like, a parasite, or he's got, like, food allergies, or he's just developing something where he's kind of losing some chunks of his fur off his face, scratching them off potentially, or they're just falling off. So it's something we're having to figure out, Mandy. But I hope you're doing well. Hello there, Caramel Blend. How you doing? Oh, huge tiger. If you are still here, one thing I do want to say, is I don't mind you being on this live stream. I invite everybody to be on here, but you seem to be a little passive aggressive with your comments on these live streams. So I don't know if it's intentional or not, but it just kind of comes off as passive aggressive a bit, and I just like to kind of call folks out on that kind of stuff every so often. Hello there, John. How you doing? Roz, the rescue kitten was one of her friends that came around to visit her. They found a kitten on the streets. The kitten is a tabby, about 2 months old, and in a very bad way. Well, we know Shelly definitely will get that kitty, hopefully back up to good health, Roz. And I guess, hopefully find a situation where she can adopt them out. Because I don't know in Shelly's situation how much he's able to, you know, um, take on with what's going on. I mean, if we were having to, kind of rehome, unfortunately, several kitties, if we're able to just like bring somebody on again, unfortunately. Hello there, Makita. John, you're doing good. Good to hear. Kitty King, if you can't see the chat, usually what I would recommend, if you can still hear me, Kitty King, leave the live stream and then come back and see if that works. All right, we're going to go back in. Kit, are you ready to go back in? Come on. Come on, honeys. I know y'all like, you don't want to be coming back in, but you have to. Come on, Kit. Go on. Come on, baby. Yes, boys. Hi, Yoda. John, you're watching from Wyoming. Awesome. How are things out in Wyoming? Yoda, you're looking a little crazy there. How is the cat population in Wyoming, John? Just if you happen to know, like, is there a lot of kitties out there, or are there just a few? Lewis, house, yes, it is still on the market. We have a potential offer though, Lewis, that might come sometime next week. So, you know, knock on some kind of wood, right? And we'll go from there. What's the temperature out there, John? We need to plug in Yoda's little toy here because it's all out of juice. All right, let's go upstairs. Catitude is still missing. She might still be on Shelly's live if Shelly's still doing a live. So no worries. John, you see some stray cats wandering around every once in a while. Okay, so let's plug in Yoda's toy here. Isn't this crazy? You have a USB port like in your wall outlet in your kitchen. Isn't that crazy? Or maybe it's just me, I don't know. I think it's kind of weird. Kind of neat, but kind of weird. Hi, buddy. Are you going to be a good Yoda when I go upstairs? No, you're going to be a bad boy. Yoda? Hi. You're going to do the Yoda strut. Yeah, with Maximus, the reason I don't think it's any kind of like ringworm or anything is none of these other cats have shown any signs of ringworm, so I don't think it's ringworm, but you never do know. All right, let's make our way back upstairs. Hopefully I'll be able to get a visual on Mr. Maximus, and we'll get a visual on Rosemary, maybe Zelda and Pandora. Caramel, no, I'm in the U.S. I'm not sure how familiar you are with U.S., Caramel. I don't know if you're in the U.S. Yourself or in the U.K., but we're in North Carolina. Oh, it's Miss Kit, or Miss Kit, Miss Tine. Baby. Oh, awesome. You're also in the UK. Okay. What part of the U.S., Caramel, if you don't mind me asking? Tranquil, yeah, I agree. I think they would be showing signs also. Okay, I'm gonna quickly show Pandora here while avoiding the wife.
Hey, Pancakes. What's up?
All right, that was a quick thing with Pandora. Got some laundry to do. Let's see, where is Max at?
Here's Mr. Maximus.
Caramel, you live in what I always like to call it Taxatucious. Hi, Yoda. Or not Yoda. What's your name again? Orange. Hello there, Joseph. How you doing? Okay, so those who came in a little bit later. Caramel, what did you say? Paris? Paris Island. I'm not sure where Paris Island is. Is that in North Carolina? I'm not familiar with that place. So unfortunately, hey George, how you doing? So you already know of this, right? This is what kind of started it. This one right here. And he has scratched it a couple times. You can kind of see an outline. That's him. So where the red is, that's him scratching it, unfortunately. Then about a week ago, the one over here, and I know it looks yucky, happened it's about a week now since this one popped up. We took him to the vet and they did like a special testing of ringworm in particular because they thought, well, maybe ringworm, right? So there's apparently this thing called Wood's lamp. It's an ultraviolet machine. They turn off the light and then they kind of put this ultraviolet light around where the wounds are, right? And if there is an issue, if there's like ringworm in particular, what happens is like the hair, it turns green. Um, and then unfortunately, right here, you can see this one now, right here, this developed just yesterday. So we definitely have, again, is it a food allergy? Is it stress because of moving? Is it, some kind of fungal, parasitical type of thing? Pupper Cat, this is Max. This was the one that had diabetes, Pupper Cat, and he hasn't had a need for insulin for like almost 2 months now. So he looks more sad and pathetic than he really is. He hates this cone. Like he will be like all happy and purring and just light in his eyes and everything. But the second you put on this cone, this is the look that we get. So we feel terrible. We feel terrible when we have to cone him up. But it's like if we don't have this cone on, he's going to be scratching and digging and scratching and digging like all over his face. So, and the thing is, we don't know if because he's itchy right now, if what's causing some of these, like this one, if it's just causing because he's got like some itchiness going on, right? So it's hard to tell. But Mixed, hello there, Mixed. How you doing? Your female tuxedo had to wear a cone for 2 weeks and she hated it. Yeah, I can imagine. Was she? What was going on, Mixed? Was she getting just healing up from being spayed, maybe, or was it something else going on? So that's why today we bought this feel away. This is a different type of feel away. This is supposed to help with some kind of anxiety, stress, scratching. So we got this today and at at Petco. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But that's Maxie. Hello there, Super Steers. Big fan. How you doing? How many toys are there? a lot. I don't know for sure how many toys there are, but there's a lot. Mix. She had an infection, pus ball on her back because she got into like a fight. It sounds like so you had to take her to the vet. Yeah, originally we thought Max got got into a fight with this one over here, but now we're thinking it's something else. One of those three reasons we went over. Laura, we have stuff. We have a donut, but the problem with the donut is he did not like it. He would like rip it off, so a donut just does not work for him. But we have I think it's in this closet. I'll go in here for a second. Yeah, see, we have a donut, but he doesn't do well with it. Come on, Yoda. Go on. So, we'll figure out what's going on. We'll get a treatment plan going, and it might take a while though, especially if it's a food allergy. Food allergies can take a long time because you have to figure out what the allergy is. You have to then try some kind of novel, protein like duck or lamb, veal. Just not your normal proteins like chicken, turkey, fish, stuff like that. So we'll get it figured out. Yeah, Roz, so that's what I was going to say real quickly, Roz. I know that Luna is on that medicine. I can't think of it right now, but I know it starts with the letter F. Fluoxetine, something like that, right? I know it's also like an anti-anxiety medication with like benefits, like some side benefits. So Max very well might be going on that medication as well, Roz. Yeah, he might be getting the same thing. Yeah, Rosie. This is Rosie Lewis. This is little old Rosemary. He says, "Hi, people." Now, Rosemary's been doing good for the most part. She's had a little bit of a winky eye, so she's had some green gunk. But we've been giving her eye drops, and she's been on eye drops for about 4 days now, 5 days now. She doesn't like the eye drops, but she is improving, so seems like she's good. Adam, I do feel for you. There's anything else you can do to help, let us know. Yeah, Roz, I'll let the community know, but really just prayers. I mean, just prayers, and we got everything else covered for Max. It's tough when one of your babies are not feeling good, or when there's something that you don't know quite yet what is going on, just trying to figure it out. It's maddening. It's very maddening, and it's like, especially for poor Max. I mean, he's gone through his diabetic issues. He's gone through his tummy issues. He's had a very rough year. But hopefully next year will be much, much better. Bruce, like the live, you got to go. Good luck on the job, and we'll see you later. Yeah, Bruce, and I'll send you an email as well. Thank you, Bruce. Yeah, this was definitely a bit of an interesting live stream. I guess, the last two live streams, we didn't have really many clowns, but we had a few clowns today, and that's okay. They can make the live interesting, but, if people are just straight up like saying, "Hey, I wonder what that cat tastes like," stuff like that, it's like, nope, I'm sorry. I try to talk to people if they're new here, if they're making some kind of silly comment, but on certain things, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to time you out, and that's going to be that. I'm usually pretty tolerant when it comes to silliness or clowns. But I guess I'm just not feeling it today. I'm just not feeling it. Hey there, Shelly. Shelly, I'm so sorry again. It looks like I guess you had a live also at about 2 o'clock. So, like last week, we just kind of ran into each other a little bit. But I hope that your live went well, Shelly, or you might still be live. I don't know. But if you are still live, when I'm done here, I'll pop over. I'll pop over to your live, Shelly. But it's like, oops. I just didn't expect. Yeah, I didn't expect you to be live so late. Um, as far as that goes. Oh, Shelly, let me actually, since I have you, let me go back to Max and let me show you his face. Since I have you here live at the moment, and since I know you were battling ringworm, um, yeah, I heard Shelly, you have a new kitty. Yeah, a new little precious little baby. A little kitten. Roz was telling us about that. But since I have you here, Shelly, let me, like I said, let me go back to Max and let me show you his face and let me, since you're battling ringworm with Mochi, right? And I think you kind of got onto some of the others. Let me see if this looks like ringworm to you. I don't think it is ringworm. The vets already did like a test to basically rule out ringworm, but I just want to get your thoughts on it. Let me pull back here. Yeah, poor Maxie, he's all cleaned up. Okay, so Shelly, you already know this one. This one was like 3 weeks ago. This is kind of what started it. But now, over the last week, he's got this, which I know it's scabbing over. So you can already see, let me see if I can get the light on. Oh, light's on fully. So you can already see there's some scabbage going on here, right? It's kind of, I don't want to like I don't want to like touch him too much because I don't want to like irritate him. But you can see a scab. There's a scab forming, which is good. But then there's some opening there, right? And then now, unfortunately, we notice, see, he's just wanting to scratch, 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 scratch. And then over here now, there's a little spot right here that developed just last night. So, from what you saw, Shelly, with Mochi, with ringworm, is that looks familiar? Do they look like that? Because I've never dealt with ringworm before, but I don't think it is ringworm related. I think there's something else going on. I think he's got like some kind of an allergy, a fungus that we'll probably have to get a culture done. They'll probably have to do a biopsy on him now because he's got like three of these things now. Um, or something else. Shelly, please. Poor Max seems similar, but could be another type of skin condition. Yeah, but under the UV light, yeah, so because they did do the UV light and they didn't see anything that looked like it was like infected. When we took him in last week, we took him in and they did a test under the UV light and everything they said was normal. So probably like a biopsy will be next. And yeah, skin scraping. Like you said, Shelly. Yeah. Um, and poor Maxie, he's always been like a bit of a stressy kitty. Not always, but he's turned into a bit of a stressy type of kitty. John, you have to go for now. Have yourself a good rest of your day, John. And take care. God bless, and we'll see you next time, hopefully. There, John. But what I was saying about Max is, I just wonder with us moving or getting this house up on the market. If he's just very anxious. Yeah, Lewis, exactly. Let me start just kind of highlighting things. Yeah, it could be something like that, Lewis as well. Shelly, turned out to be another type of skin condition like fungal, but not ringworm was another name. It can be from stress. Yeah, so here's the problem though, Shelly, with steroids. We're keeping Max off of any kind of steroids because being a diabetic, having a compromised immune system, stuff like steroids is just not good for him. I know, buddy. You want to itch. You want to itch, but you can't, honey. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, baby boy. Lewis, I believe they do. I definitely believe like if a human is stressed, then cats or dogs, they can feed off of that energy, and be for sure stressed as well. Hey Sue, how you doing? Well, Sue, unfortunately, you already know of the one kind of wound he has there. Hello there, by the way, Linda. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. I didn't get to your message. He's kind of like in a bucket. We kind of like call him soup head sometimes. I mean, it's a loving term, but it does look like a soup bowl. We just need to put him some cereal in his bowl or some soup, and then he can eat. But no, Sue. Unfortunately, Maximus has two more like wounds or gashes now. We think this one he got himself when he was unconed because we don't cone him like 24/7. We think he was digging and he got this. And then it's got the same thing kind of on the other side as well. I'm not gonna like move his head though too much. Hello there, Luke. So this is Max. What's wrong with Max is he's either got some kind of allergy that we need to figure out, a food allergy, or he's got some kind of maybe fungus or something that he'll need to get a biopsy done with. So we're just kind of in the process of figuring out his situation there, Luke. Yeah, or shall you think it's a mix of that poor boy has been through the wars over this month for sure. They gave us a wash and told us to bathe her in it like once a week, but she didn't like it. Hmm. Sue, that's what we're thinking. It could be some kind of infection. It could be some kind of fungal thing. So we're gonna have to do a biopsy probably. He goes into the vet on Wednesday again. So the poor guy, poor little Maxie, they're gonna have to take some of his skin and send it off to a lab. The only bad thing that just takes a little while to get the results back. Um, Linda, do you trim the cat's nails? Yes, we do. We do. We trimmed his nails like a week ago. His back nails. It's still they're not like they're completely, dull, of course, when you trim them, but as you can see, let me kind of get his, yeah, see, just as a visual, we trim him up. So, and Linda, if you are new here, we do live with 9 cats, and we've had cats for decades. We fostered a lot, so we are a bit of a pharmacy, but this is something a little new to us, so we haven't been through this as of yet. Um, Roz, as you know, Luna is suffering from the feline hyperthesia syndrome. Also suffers with some skin conditions, and it's linked to skin problems. Yeah, I mean, it might be though, Roz. It might be. Oh, I guess Luke got hidden. Oh, bye, Luke. I appreciate the comments there, the kind words there, Alicia. I appreciate the comments as well there, Sue. Thank you. Linda, so do we. So do we. So you got a continuous blood skin infections. Mine is a reaction to the immune therapy. Yeah, that's why we got to be careful, Sue, because like the vet recommended like steroids. There's like this powder that can be put on these wounds to kind of help, but it's like steroids and his compromised immune system is not a good thing, so we're not going to do that. Because he's good with his diabetes right now. We don't want to like flare it back up. Yeah, the more you know, the more, yeah, exactly, Shelly. Yes, let me pin that comment. The more you have, the more things come up. Yep, that is so, so true. Um, Linda, one thing to look into is their food. Yes, Linda, that could be another thing as well. he might develop a food allergy. And the problem with that though, Linda, is we got him eating so well because he is technically a diabetic, but he hasn't had to have insulin now for over like 6 weeks because he's becoming he's going under diabetic remission. So we just have to be careful with food because we don't want to do something that's going to trigger his diabetes up again, and he's got to start getting shots again. Hello there, Cat Hole. How you doing? But anyways, it's over an hour. I do appreciate you all spending some time with me, Maxie, and these other kitties as well. Alex, I didn't catch your first part of what you said, Alex. So, and then administering 1 ml throughout the day. A vet friend says you're able to destroy tumors with little drops. So I hope it's not a tumor, but you never know. Because that is another thing. It could be, we could be dealing with a cancer. I hope this isn't a cancer, but it could be a cancer. But before our Rosemary, does Rosemary get gabapentins? On occasion, Rosemary will get some gabapentin, yes. And she reacts perfectly fine with it. But yeah, she does get gabapentin on occasion. Max also has gabapentin as well. But what I wanted to say, as we are starting to kind of wrap this live stream up, is just again, tomorrow we will be doing, especially those who are new, we will be doing our donation live stream for the month of September. So we will be donating to, I think, 4 different places. That's going to be at 2 o'clock tomorrow. And then right after that will be the second episode of the PAWS Across America. So I just wanted to say that. Something spooky, Max? I just wanted to say that as well. So those 2 things we got going on tomorrow. So it would be nice if we see some of you tomorrow during the donation, of course, and then also during the premiere as well, where we're highlighting different shelters. This time it's going to be in the city of Los Angeles. But I will give the next couple of minutes. Hey there, Liz. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. I'm going to give the next couple of minutes, though, just so you all could say goodbye to each other. As always, though, I always like to end with, what do I like to say? I'm sorry. I'm having a moment. Oh, yeah. Adopt, don't shop. Adopt, don't shop. Put breeders out of business. This world doesn't need breeders. You don't need to get designer cats. They're not an accessory. They're a human. Not that they're a human. They're a living being. So adopt, don't shop. When you do adopt, think about adopting an older kitty, especially a senior kitty. Hello there, SW Chan. And when you do have a senior cat or any cat, a senior cat, an old cat, a young cat, a kitten, always advocate for our feline friends here, because you know what's going on with them more than anybody else. But on that note, I am going to wrap this up. Hello there, Greg. Cats are better than some people sometimes. Yeah, I don't disagree with you there, Greg, unfortunately. I know, Maximus. I know. You look so pathetic right now in this cone. Don't worry, buddy, though. We'll get you better. We will get you better. All right. Well, I'm going to go. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you again for tuning in and hanging with me, Max, and the other kitties over the last hour or so. Alex, I'll take a look into it. I'll ask the vet as well. Chlorine dioxide. Okay, I'll definitely take a look into it. So, but we'll be back. tomorrow. So everybody take care. God bless. And Maxie will see you with a cone on his head still, unfortunately. Thank you, Nash. No worry, Liz. No worry. We'll be back again tomorrow at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So hopefully we'll see you then. All right, everybody take care. And I'll keep you up to date, as always, with Mr. Maxie. All right, bye all.